Hello, hello. What's up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and you know what? I'm just going to include this movie as a part of my 31 days of horror movie reviews, even though it's technically a kid's film, but it's still horror related. The movie I'm talking about is Goosebumps 2, The Haunted Halloween, I think it's called. This is a 2018 film that was directed by Ari Sandel. And the plot is you don't really see any of the kids and characters from the first movie. This takes place some time after that, where these two new kids, they have their own business going on where they dig up trash in garage or whatever for people. So they get assigned this house that belonged to R.L. Stine from the first movie, and they find this book, one of his first books that he didn't finish. They open it up, and out comes Slappy. Slappy, he wants to join them, be a part of the family, and it's kind of weird, but when he gets rejected by the family, Slappy gets pissed, goes off, and brings to life all of these animals and creatures and Halloween costumes and causes chaos on Halloween, so the kids have to stop him. Now, what I thought of Goosebumps 2 was, honestly, if you're expecting me to rant and rave and talk about how much this movie sucked, you'll be surprised. Almost as surprised as I was, because I actually kind of sort of enjoyed this movie. Look, it's not a great film. It's not like I loved the movie or anything like that. I will say the first 10 minutes, maybe 15, were worrisome. I was watching this going, oh my god, this writing, some of the acting, it felt like a Disney Channel, ABC Family, Hallmark level movie. I was thinking, sitting there, why is this in the theater? Why isn't this on TV? Why isn't this direct to DVD? It felt like it shouldn't have been in the theater until the kids found Slappy. And it was Slappy and that personality and that charisma and Jack Black doing the voice for him once again. He brought the movie to life. It became fascinating. It felt like you were watching a PG-13 Child's Play movie, which I'm not saying that's a good thing, but for what it had going on, I was willing to go along with it. This doll, this puppet, who wants to be a part of this family, and he even did some pretty cool things for them in some cases, but he goes too far, and so they reject him, they shun him, and that's when he gets angry, and that's when he, of course, he brings to life all like these Halloween masks that somehow grow bodies and become creatures, and some of the effects in the CGI wasn't that great, especially for characters like the Abominable Snowman and other stuff, but luckily the movie didn't focus too much on those characters. We got them in the first movie already. They brought to life some Halloween costumes and Halloween decorations that people had hanging around, and so those creatures were original. Those ones aren't from the lore, and they were able to be more creative about it. They did some cool stuff. Some of the costumes and the live creatures looked practical. Some of them looked practical. Maybe it helped that they were at night. The cast, I should talk about the characters. Jeremy Ray Taylor as Sonny. I remember him from the It remake that just came out. He was fine. Even though I knew this actor, I surprisingly got more out of his friend Sam, played by Khalil Harris. I just liked that kid. He had more personality, surprisingly, and I feel like I was more willing to go with him. Sonny's sister, Sarah, is played by Madison Eisman, who I don't think I've seen before, but she was fine. She had her own little mini side plot going on, but then she ended up helping the kids, so that was fine. It's Slappy, though. Like I said, Slappy is what you're really here for. He's what I'm recommending the movie for, is the bits with him. The other creatures are fine. They do what they do. There's some cool, creepy moments with them. Like if you're a kid, if you're of a certain age, if you have kids, this is perfect for them. This is a perfect way to introduce them to horror. It's almost like what the Goosebumps TV show was for me. I know I didn't love the first Goosebumps movie, but what I did really like about it was Jack Black. And Jack Black does show up in this movie. It honestly felt like he wasn't available for the majority of this shoot. He just was busy. He was doing other films. He was just in that House with the Clocks and the Walls movie. He was busy doing that. But they got him for one weekend. He was free for 2 days, so they brought him over and filmed a couple scenes with him, and then that was it. So honestly, you didn't need Jack Black here. He didn't really add a whole lot to the story, but it was nice to see him. It's always nice to see Jack Black, and I enjoyed that. Ken Jeong is also in the movie, who I know when you hear that name, you think, oh no, is he going to go over the top like he did in those Hangover sequels, and where I just got really angrily sick of him? But he's fine. He's the neighbor. He's this guy who's really into Halloween and goes all out with his house decorations. He even builds this spider made of balloons. It's pretty cool. So what more can I say? Look, this movie wasn't terrible. It wasn't great, but it was a hell of a lot better than I thought it would be. It's a fun little kids Halloween movie that I think is enjoyable enough to get through the night. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you have any interest in seeing Goosebumps 2. Do you care, or are you just like, no thanks? I do admit I want to see them do an anthology Goosebumps movie. Different stories, maybe 4 stories in one film. I still want to see that. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!
Swimming in beers, I've been through it all, let me trickle a tear. In case you didn't know, I was living sarcastic. A motherfucking monster, something Jurassic. Had to wrap the whole entire bed in plastic. Slugs bitch scared switch, fucking with raptors. Killing and a drilling and I'm sipping on the 4-0. Listen by a whole entire motherfucking torso. Oh, what a rush, sniffing some more blow. Let the bitch bleed and I'm making a porno. I'ma keep it going a few times for a bed.